Hi guys, today we will be having a crash course with you on the cell and its organelles. So cells are the basic units of life which form us, humans. Before we begin, we will show you the overview of how we have evolved from cells. We have all been taught that an atom is the smallest particle on Earth. Millions and trillions of atoms will make up just one tiny cell that is not even visible to human eye. What is even more incredible is that we humans are made up of millions and millions of such cells. To know more about this small yet so significant creature, here are 7 basic properties of cells. Number 1. Cells are highly complex and highly organized. Macromolecules are consistent in the way they look and the way they are composed. They are organized as every cell is tasked with a specific function to carry out. For example, epithelial cells lining the intestines are involved in absorption of nutrients which the body requires. 2. Cells possess genetic program. They are encoded by genes which contain genetic information. Looking at genes in a bigger scale, they are packaged into chromosomes in the nucleus. Did you know that one nucleus is smaller than a full stop? Well, now you do. Number 3. Cells can replicate themselves. Number 4. Cells acquire and utilize energy. They need energy for development and to maintain complexity. If this is not ensured, cells will degrade and disappear. To make use of energy, they break down macromolecules and organelles through catabolism and rebuild them through anabolism. So, number 5. Cells respond to stimuli which is picked up by the receptors found on the cell surface by altering metabolic activities. Number 6. Cells can self-regulate as it is crucial that such activities are precise. Failure to correct during duplication will result in mutation which can result with formation of cancer cells. Last but not least, number 7, cells evolve as the same type of cells originate from the same original bacterial cells. There are two types of cells, eukaryotes and prokaryotes. Prokaryotes are single-celled organisms, and eukaryotes can be single-cellular or multicellular. Prokaryotes do not have a true nucleus but store genetic information in the nucleus. But eukaryotes have a nucleus surrounded by a nuclear membrane. Are we eukaryotes? Yes, we are. To wrap up, eukaryotes are much more extensive in their membrane system than prokaryotes. In the eukaryotic group, there are plant and animal cells. Although there are a few differing organelles such as the chloroplast, cell walls, and large central vacuole, which are present in plant cells only. However, both types of cells have a nucleus and many mitochondria. Now that you have more knowledge about cells in the bigger picture, we will bring you into a cell and share with you how each organelle is structured in its own special way and how this helps them to carry out their function in a cell. There are many organelles in the cell such as mitochondria, peroxisomes, cell membrane, Golgi apparatus, endoplasmic reticulum, lysozymes, and many more.
Firstly, let's begin with the mitochondrion. It contains enzymes that catalyze important energy-yielding reactions. The outer membrane acts like a skin, while the inner membrane folds over many times and creates crystal structures, which are sites of protein machinery and TCA cycle. The fluid contained within this organelle is the matrix, which contains ribosomes and mitochondrial DNA, which are different from the DNA found in the nucleus.
Finally, we have the nucleus. It controls all cell activities and contains genetic information. It contains chromosomes, nucleoli, and nucleoplasm, which is surrounded by the nuclear envelope. The nuclear envelope separates genetic materials from cytoplasm. However, it has nuclear pores, which controls the flow of molecules in and out of the nucleus. So, there are two layers. The outer membrane contains the ribosomes, while the inner membrane provides the mechanical support. The endoplasmic reticulum, which is also a system of membranes that encloses a lumen space. Ribosomes are attached to rough endoplasmic reticulum. This type of ER synthesizes and secretes proteins. Another type of ER is known as a smooth ER, which do not have ribosomes attached to it. It synthesizes hormones, detoxifies alcohol in the liver, and regulates calcium ions release for skeletal muscular cells. Lastly, Golgi apparatus are flattened, disc-like structures that are arranged in an orderly stack. They transport proteins out of cells and assemble carbohydrate components of glycoproteins and glycolipids. Briefly, lysosomes are the organelles that eat up any materials brought in from the external environment, such as bacteria, and they regulate destruction of organelles as well. Similar to lysosomes are peroxisomes. They degrade fatty acid and hydrogen peroxide into water and oxygen. Lastly, endosomes are formed when the fusion of numerous vesicles and budding off from cell membrane. Endosomes help to sort and deliver materials found within the cell surface and transport materials from the Golgi apparatus to the lysosome. So, have you ever wondered, how do the organelles we have just learned remain in situ, which also means remain localized in a cell? This is where the cytoskeleton comes into the picture. This gives the cell its structural support, strength, and motility of the cell as a whole and of the organelles within the cell. They also position and partition organelles so that the organelles are separated from each other and belong to somewhere within the cell. The cytoskeleton is extensively made up of microtubules, microfilaments, and intermediate filaments, which carry out the different functions for the organelles and the cell in the whole. That this crash course has helped you with the understanding of the cell, which may seem so insignificant from the outside, but is the most basic unit of life which we all ought to know. The end!